So today we're going to go through the Sega collection, I guess you could call it. I don't have a lot for some of these systems, as you can probably see. I don't really have a whole lot going for most of these three systems. So with the exception of the Genesis and Game Gear, I'm gonna cover the rest of my Sega collection. The only one that's really large at this point, and I'm using large relative here, is the Dreamcast. I do have a sizable Dreamcast collection, especially since the games are kind of expensive, and I do have a lot of the better games for the system, I think anyway. Although I'm missing some of the more standout titles that I would like to get, but it's a work in progress. But the other three systems here, 2.5 systems here, my collections are relatively small. So we're going to start at the beginning for Sega with the Master System. I only have 6 Master System games. I really like the Master System though. It's like a cheap NES. I want to collect more for it. So games I do have, we have Pro Wrestling. This is exactly what you would expect. It is an 8-bit wrestling game. If you like the NES wrestling games, you'll probably like this. It's not bad, but that's kind of all I can really say. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. This is actually one I've been really excited to play, but I got it. My wife actually bought it from before we moved, and I haven't had this system set up since I moved in here. So I haven't played it yet, but that is Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man, so I'm really excited for this one. This looks really, really cool. And again, like 8-bit Spider-Man, I feel like this is definitely going to be worth playing. So I'm really excited for this one, but I haven't had a chance to play it yet. We have Outrun. This was actually one of the first games I bought for the system, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, it was this and Double Dragon that I bought initially, but I did not actually play this one. Didn't get around to it. We got Monopoly. It's just Monopoly. If you played Monopoly on like the NES or the Super Nintendo or any other system, you know what Monopoly's like. It's not the best way. I would not play this. I wouldn't play this as your Monopoly game, but it's not bad by any means. Like if you want, for some reason, the only system you own is Master System, and you want to play Monopoly, and the board game is not an option, then play this. That's it. That's the only reason to play this game. But there's only like 100 and some odd games. I think it's less than 200 games for the Master System. And with the exception of Sonic, they don't. And some boxing game. Is it Joe Douglas? I feel like the Douglas is a name. Anyway, with the exception of like those two or like maybe another game, they're really not that expensive. So I kind of want to go for a complete collection at some point. But this is a slow progress. This is something I'm doing as on my personal time. It's not like the Xbox collecting. I'm pointing to the Xbox games, by the way. It's not like the Xbox collecting where that's like a video series I do. This is my personal time. I want to do this. We have Double Dragon. I played this. This is great. I love Double Dragon. And this is a fine version. I don't want to say it's a good version because like I grew up on Super Nintendo. Double Battletoads and Double Dragons was like the Double Dragon game I played. And this isn't that good, but it's fun. I had a lot of fun playing this. I played it for like 3 hours a day. I got Master System. We have Black Belt. This is another one I didn't really get to play. I assume it's like a fighting game. It's what it looks like on the back. But I didn't get a chance to play it. I got this the same time I got the Spider-Man, except I bought this one. It's another one where I really want to play it, but I just haven't. And same story, I bought this all at the same time, but I did not get a chance to play this. We got Afterburners, and this one looks really cool, but I did not get a chance to play it. I don't really know how to describe this one, but it looks like an arcade shooter. It looks pretty cool though. Really got to get the Master System hooked back up. I finally got the TV over here set up, but I haven't actually had a chance to set any of the systems up. Gotta get a better entertainment system to do that because the one I have isn't really working. We'll show a picture of it. That's the TV and entertainment center, but as you can see, the systems don't really fit. So gotta figure something else out with that. All right, so next we're gonna actually move on to a system that I don't actually own. I don't really have a better way to say that. I don't own this system. I guess. I own a Genesis, but what I don't own is a Sega CD. So we'll start with this game because it's a completely loose game. It's I want to say that says Sewer Shark. I don't even know what this is because I didn't look it up. I just own the game. I got it for free, so sure. But I don't actually own a Sega CD, so I have no way of playing this. The same thing with Sherlock Holmes. Again, I think this one's actually complete. It is a multiple disc or something like that. Yeah, it has like 2 discs and everything. Yeah, but I have no way of actually playing this game. So I have no idea if this game is any good or not. I haven't played it. However, I do know that this is a good game, even if I don't know this version is very good, and that is Mortal Kombat. This is a sort of loose game. I have the case. I do have a Mortal Kombat case for it, but I'm missing the manual. Gonna have to find that eventually. But I actually really like Mortal Kombat, so I'm happy to have this one. Another one in the same vein, but that I'm probably not going to get a manual for, is NFL's Greatest San Francisco vs. Dallas 1978 through 1993. That is a hell of a name. I'm going to be honest, that is the worst game name I've ever heard for a sports game. Like, usually they're just like Madden, NBA. No. This one's NFL's Greatest San Francisco vs. Dallas 1978 to 1993. Why? Why is that the name? This one's not really any better, although I guess it's sort of better. ESPN's Sunday Night NFL. I mean, this one's just boring. So I guess Dallas versus San Fran has that going for it. At least this is an interesting name. This name's boring and the game sucks ass. So that's not fair. I don't know if any of these games suck ass. I've never played either of them, but they're sports titles, so they probably suck ass. This, on the other hand, looks pretty cool. Probably terrible, because most of the games on this like this are, but it looks pretty cool. It's a Who Shot Johnny Rocket? It's the Rollicking 30s. It's what it says. The Rollicking 30s. And someone has killed popular singer Johnny Rocket in this action-packed gangster whodunit. The action-packed gangster whodunit. I want to play this. I'm going to buy a Sega CD just to play this game. I'm going to do it. That's it for the Sega CD games. I don't own the system, so I have like 5 games. And only one of them is actually good, and one of them just looks downright ridiculous, but in the best way possible. So, I'm gonna be honest, I actually really want a Sega CD just for that. Next we're gonna do a system I do have, but I've never played because I haven't had it. I bought it and still haven't set it up. It was purchased right before I moved, and it just hasn't been set up yet. That is the Sega Saturn. It's right here. Actually, it is right here. The Sega Saturn. Have not set it up yet. Don't know. I know this works. I know this system works, but I haven't had a chance to actually play it. But I was actually really happy to get this. These are becoming really hard to find. I don't know if that's just how it's always been, but it's been really hard to find one. So I'm really happy to have this one, and I can't wait to play it. Oh yeah, and there's a game in it. I should probably pull that out so we can talk about that. Good thing I brought this over. The game inside was Estelle. I know zero about this game. It was inside my system, and I never turned the system on. I don't even know if I knew this game was in there. But yeah, so I don't know anything about this game. I got nothing. On the other hand, I do know about Virtua Cop. This is a pretty cool game. I like this one. Nights in the Dreams. I've never played this game, but I've played the Wii one. The Wii one's pretty cool. Not a good game. I would not call it a good game, but it's fun. It's okay. I kind of hope they make a new one. I would like to see a good Dreams game. I feel like everything about it is there, right? Like, we'll hold the manual up because it's bigger. Everything about this is there. Like, it looks so good. and then the game is just ass. It's like they put so much time into like everything about the game, and then they were like, oh shit, we're supposed to have gameplay. So maybe one day we'll get a good Nights and Dreams game. Back with the sports titles, we got NHL Power Play 96. Okay. We got Sega Sports, NFL 97. Okay. And this I bought before I even had the system. But I had to have this in my collection because I'm a huge Tomb Raider fan. We have Tomb Raider. This is the only one on the system. And I don't think Sega got another Tomb Raider game until like the last two on the Dreamcast. It went exclusive to PlayStation after this for a while. So yeah, it took a long time before other systems started getting them again. This is really cool. I don't know if this version's actually any good, but I do love the original Tomb Raider games. So, you know, if you have like a PS1, definitely play these. Hopefully they come to Switch soon. There's been rumors of them coming to Switch for like the last year for the anniversary. Last year was the Tomb Raider 25th anniversary. So yeah, there was rumors about it for the whole year, and it never happened. Hopefully it does happen though. That would be really cool. And lastly, we're going to do the Dreamcast. This is actually a relatively larger collection. So we're going to work through this pretty quickly, but I do have some pretty cool titles. We're going to start with these two loose games though, just because I don't usually include loose games in my collection, but both of these are really good, and one of them's really expensive. I don't know about the other one. So we're going to start with SNK versus Capcom. It's like Marvel vs. Capcom, but SNK versus Capcom. It's great. I love it. SNK has some really cool characters. I think Terry, a lot of people probably know him now from Smash, but you know, Fatal Fury, Final Fight, that kind of stuff. Really good game. Really like this one. The other one is Sonic Adventure. This is one probably most people know. Really good game. The worst of the two, but like one of the best 3D Sonic games. After the two adventure games, they kind of went downhill for a little bit. There's some decent ones thrown in, but it's a little shaky. But this and the second one are really, really good. So definitely had to have those in the collection at the very least. So now we're going to go through alphabetical, like usual. I don't think these were in alphabetical order. Usually I try to keep them in alphabetical order, but I don't think those were. So we're going to go through these in alphabetical order, roughly at the very least. Alright, so first up we have a little bit more of an expensive game. We have Bangai-O. This is a really cool shooting type game. A lot of fun. I remember playing it, I want to say like 2 years ago. So I don't remember 100%, but here's the back so you can see. If this is the game I think it is, this is like a bullet hell type game. I definitely do remember enjoying it quite a bit though. I remember when I picked it up. Honestly, I think Metal Jesus recommended this in one of his Dreamcast videos, and that's actually why I picked it up. We have Clue Clue Rocket. I've never played this game in my life. I've never played this game in my life. I honestly don't even know how I got this. I hear it's pretty good, and it's made by Sonic Team, so like it's probably really good. But I have not played it. I definitely haven't played this game. It came in a loot box type thing that I used to get for our retro games. It's called Coasterworks, and it's sealed. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll play it. I like custom parks and stuff like that, and like Tony Hawk or Skate. So maybe I'll play that. That's usually pretty fun stuff. This is a classic. Crazy Taxi. If you have a Dreamcast, you probably have Crazy Taxi, or at least you should have Crazy Taxi. It's a great game. Here's actually one of my favorite games, and the reason I bought a Dreamcast, going back years now, but relative future, or relative like modern. I didn't have one for a long time. My grandmother had one when I was growing up. I did not have one, and when I was an adult, I finally bought one of my own, and it was for this game, and it took me a good year and a half to find a complete copy of this game, because it just wasn't on eBay at the time. I don't know if it's kind of gotten easier to find now, but it was not on eBay like ever, at least complete. I would always find loose or like missing the manual. Anyway, that game is Dynamite Cop. It's still exclusive to the system, and it is just a great game. It is so much fun. You're a character, you run around beating the crap out of people. I want to say it's like a brawler type game. But you can pick up all kinds of weapons, bread, a salt and pepper shaker, guns, swords, literally a chair, anything you can find. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's super over the top. It's like an 80s action movie in a video game. A lot of fun. And it's an arcade type game, so different levels and stuff like that. You got a big final boss at the end. Really, really cool. Really wish they would port this to any other system now. The fact that it's still exclusive to the Dreamcast is a disservice to how good of a game this really is. We have Echo the Dolphin. Defender of the Future. I haven't played this game. I know there's a Sega Saturn, not Saturn, Genesis. There's a Genesis Echo game. I haven't played that either, but I've not played this one. I picked it up, I want to say a couple years ago, and just never played it. We have Hardcore ECW Revolution. This is another one. I haven't actually played this. It's a wrestling game for the system. I bought this when I was trying to gather all the classic retro wrestling games. I think I have them all for the Dreamcast. I might be missing one or two, but I think I got them all. And this is one of them. I picked it up. I didn't actually get a chance to play this one though. We have Egg. Elemental Gimmick Gear. I got this with the Dreamcast, or not with the Dreamcast, in a lot I bought when I bought the Dreamcast. So I bought the Dreamcast at a yard sale, and then I went online looking for games. I found a lot. It came with Typing of the Dead, the keyboard, and a bunch of games. This was one of the games, and at the time it wasn't really worth anything, so I held on to it. Never actually played it. It looked pretty cool. I'll tell you the back. It looked pretty cool, but I never actually played it. And suddenly, it's like this game cost a fortune. I don't know what happened, but it went up to like $80 overnight or something like that. I'm not sure if it's still that way, but last time I looked, it got like really expensive. So I'm glad I held on to it. Not that I get rid of games ever, but glad I held on to that. We got Fighting Force 2. I believe I found this at a flea market. I didn't play it. I found that at a flea market. We got Grand Theft Auto 2. I bought this during the early parts of the shutdown. I really like Grand Theft Auto 2. It's a lot of fun. I think people forget how good these early Grand Theft Auto games are because everyone's, GTA 5 has been out for like 10 years, so like kids grew up with GTA 5. But even like a lot of people who are my age and maybe a little younger grew up with the PS2 games, not so much the earlier ones. And like even I was, old enough where by the time I really was playing Grand Theft Auto, it was the PS2 ones like San Andreas and Vice City. I didn't even play that much of 3, to be honest. But being, poor, I grew up and we had old shit like this. My grandmother had GTA 2. So this is the one I played a lot as a kid, and I love it. The stupid names they give to things, the way they talk on the radio and stuff, it's hilarious. This is a great game. Here's a RPG. I don't play RPGs, but I have it. Grandia 2. I hear it's really good. A lot of other game collecting friends I have tell me I need to play this game, but I just haven't. But I mean, look at this. It's like one. Yeah. No, it's only one disc. It came with a soundtrack. Let me be honest, that's really cool. I was not expecting that. I thought it was going to be like 3 discs or something, because usually these big ass cases are like multiple discs, but no, it's just one disc and a soundtrack. That's actually pretty cool. That's cool. I like that. Alright, so maybe I'll give this a shot, because it came with a soundtrack, and I like when games come with soundtracks. I think that is an underrated thing to come with collectors, a physical soundtrack. I want to be able to listen to that all the time. Here's a pretty cool one. We got House of the Dead 2. This is a lot of fun. You just shoot stuff. I'm pretty sure there's a Dreamcast gun. I could have swore you could use it with this. I guess not. Anyway, this is a really fun game. Just like an arcade shooter. It's cool though. If you've played any of the House of the Dead games, they're all basically the same. We got Kiss Psycho Circus. I've never played this game. I bought it because it was Kiss and it was only $17. I remember when I bought this. It was at my old game store. They're closed down now, called Game Fix. They haven't been open in several years, but like they were pretty cool. This was a pretty cheap game at the time. They didn't really have a whole lot for the Dreamcast, so I just picked it up. even if I don't see anything I actually want at a game store, I really don't like to go in and not buy anything. So a lot of times I'll just buy something, and I think that was just the something I bought. This is a really cool one. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Absolute classic fighting game. Probably one of, if not the best, just straight fighting game. Really big fan. So much so that I actually have an arcade cabinet. It doesn't have this game on it, but it does have, you know, X-Men versus Street Fighter and Marvel vs. Capcom. We got NBA 2K. This is where it all began. We got NBA Showtime, NBA on NBC. This is another weird titled one. I don't know why they have to add all that, but alright. We have NFL 2K. This is where it all began. Again, this is where 2K started. 2K1. NHL 2K2. Here's a new. This is a more recent one for me. I haven't actually played this. I know it has online multiplayer. I honestly thought for a long time that this was only online. I guess it's not. I thought it was. That's Phantasy Star Online. It does says online multiplayer, but it does say one player, so I assume you can play just by yourself. But I've never actually tried to play. But I really want to play this. This looks really cool. Here's another really popular one. We have Power Stone. This is the first Power Stone. I think I have both. They're kind of party fighters. They're a lot of fun though. These are classics. I hear they're coming back. I think it was in a Capcom leak that they were doing a collection for Power Stone. That'd be pretty cool. I think there's a collection on the PSP too. And here we have Power Stone 2. Missing a manual for this one, but I do have the case, so got to pick up a manual one day. Again, just a really fun game. We got Rayman 2, The Great Escape. I've never actually played Rayman 2. I probably should play this because I got to play Rayman 3 for the Xbox video that should be coming in a few weeks. But yeah, Rayman 2. I think this is the one that's the start of the 3D platformer for Rayman, because I think before this it was just a 2D platformer. Also, I think this is on the 64. I'm pretty sure I just not recently, but like a year ago I bought that on the 64. We got Ready to Rumble Boxing. This is another classic. If you have a Dreamcast, you gotta play this. This is great. Fun fact, I grew up playing this game. My grandmother had this game. She actually really liked this game. She didn't like her Dreamcast very much, but she liked this and Crazy Taxi. Son of a bitch, we got a third one. She had like 5 or 6 games. I've been through like 4 of them already. This is another one though. Rippin' Riders. Yeah, it's like 1080 snowboarding, but Sega's version. A lot of fun though. Kind of wish they'd bring this back. This is a really cool game. Like it's just snowboarding, but it's like arcadey snowboarding. It's like SSX. Yeah, a lot of fun. You don't have to like the sport to like this game, you know? You know what? New Mario sports game. Mario snowboarding. Okay, maybe not, but you know, just bring back Rippin' Riders. Or SSX. Make SSX good and bring back Rippin' Riders. Here's another one. Everyone likes this game. I never saw the appeal. We got Shenmue. It's like JRPG meets Grand Theft Auto, I guess. I hear you. I've never played it. From what I understand, you just kind of go around and live your life, go to school, go to stores, do side quests and stuff like that. I'm not really sure about anything beyond that, but I hear it's a really good game. It's just not my kind of game. Also, this one I know is 4 discs long, and like, I'm gonna be honest, that is incredibly intimidating. 4 discs is just way more than I'm willing to put into an old Dreamcast RPG game. Like I'm not playing this. It's too much. It's asking way too much from me. This one I actually picked up for really cheap. I found it for like $4 or $5, and I know it's worth more than that. Skies of Arcadia. I kept it because my wife owns it. She says it's a good game. I actually want to play it though. Like it looks really cool. I'm pretty sure it's another RPG, and it's probably gonna bore the hell out of me after like 2 hours, but it looks really cool and I want to give it a shot. Back on the games I actually like, we got the Chow Garden. I'm gonna be honest, that's the only thing I care about this game. The game's not that great, but the Chow Garden makes it like top tier Sonic. This is right up there with like Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Like, this is great. Because of the Chow Garden. The Chow Garden saves this game. No, the game's really good though. It's Sonic, I mean, it's Sonic Adventure 2. It's a classic. It's on the GameCube if you'd rather play it that way as well. I don't think it's on any other systems besides the GameCube and the Dreamcast. I'm not positive on that though. But still, really, really good game. Probably my favorite of the Sonic 3D Sonic games. I also grew up playing this one though. Soul Calibur. If you don't have Soul Calibur and you have a Dreamcast, this is like top tier Dreamcast games. This is absolutely amazing. One of the best fighting games I've ever played. One of my favorite fighting games. Again, right up there with Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which is also on the system. This system's great for fighting games. If you haven't noticed, it is a great system for fighting games. It does arcade games in general really well, but fighting games are really, really good on here. 2 Marvel vs. Capcoms, or SNK vs. Capcom, Soul Calibur. Like, this system's great for fighting games. But yeah, Soul Calibur, really, really good game. Absolutely love it, and I still like the franchise to this day. Never played this one, but I own like 3 copies of it. That's Chef's Love Shack, South Park. I like South Park. I probably will give this a chance at some point. Although I do prefer the other South Park 64 game. I think it's just called South Park. This is another. We got Speed Devils. I know there's a copy of this game that's like super rare because it has like a bigger devil or something. I don't remember. There's a different like cover that's worth a lot of money. This isn't that. It's just a random copy of Speed Devils. I've never seen Metal Jesus talk about it. I think that's why I picked it up. It just looked like a pretty cool car game. He usually picks out pretty good racing and like stuff like that, so I figured it was worth a shot. And again, I found that at a flea market for like $5. $5 at a flea market, you can't beat it. And the worst case is I just have another Dreamcast game. I know I said this with the Master System. This is another system where I would really like just a complete collection. Again, there's only like 200 games for the system. I could be off. I'm not positive. I do have a list somewhere that tells me all the games on the system, but it's not that many, and they're really not that expensive, especially when I already have some of the bigger titles. So yeah, I would like to finish this collection, but again, it's just something I'm doing in the background. One of the things with game collecting, at least for me, is always got to have some kind of goal, because it just keeps you, playing new things. If I only bought games I knew I liked, I wouldn't try new things. I know I say like, oh, I'm never gonna play this game. It's an RPG. I'm probably never gonna play it. But then there's games, like Skies of Arcadia, where I'm gonna give it a shot. I want to play it. It looks pretty cool. Tales of, I didn't think I'd like, but I bought it on the GameCube for my wife and really liked it. It's actually a really good game. I didn't beat it, but I got like 10 hours in. So yeah, gotta give things a shot. Suzuki Extreme Racing. I remember playing this. It was okay. I don't think I cared that much for it. I'm not a big bike fan, so it just didn't do anything for me. We got Test Drive 6. Not in the right case. This came with my system when I bought it. Rainbow Six. I believe I played this on the 64. Didn't really care for it there. Have no interest in playing it here. We're going to talk about these two together. Tomb Raider. I talked about them on the Saturn. I'm a big fan of the classic Tomb Raider games. These are classic Tomb Raider games. I'm a big fan of these as well. Not as good as Tomb Raider 1 and 2. I think Tomb Raider 2 might be where classic Tomb Raider peaked. But these ones are both very good, and I highly recommend them, especially if you're just looking for Tomb Raider on the Dreamcast. It's the only two, but like also they're really good. So you can't go wrong with that. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. This is a really good Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. It's probably my second favorite Pro Skater game, like not counting from Underground forward. It's probably my second favorite one. I think 2X is the best one, but this is still really, really good. Next up, we have Typing of the Dead. I really like this game. I didn't think I would like it as much as I did. This is another one. Metal Jesus recommended it in his video. It came with the lot I had. It was kind of just a coincidental thing. I bought the lot and then saw his video. I was like, I'm gonna play it. It looks pretty cool. And I played it, and I love it. This is so much fun. It's just, you just type and it kills the zombies, and like, it's ridiculous because they walk around with like backpacks and typewriters, and they're just like typing away, and like killing the zombies and stuff. Keyboard warriors would love it. It's great. But yeah, this is a lot of fun. Alright, this is one my wife bought me for Christmas, not this past one, but the year before that, not the one like this year, last year, whatever. She bought me for Christmas, and I absolutely love this game. It is Wacky Races. I love Hanna-Barbera. Huge Hanna-Barbera fan, and this is a great show, and this is a even better game. Think Mario Kart, but Hanna-Barbera characters. It is amazing. I love it. It's probably my favorite game on the system that isn't like nostalgia driven. It's just so much fun. Really want to get the NES game. I know it's entirely different. It's not a racing game at all and all that, but love Hanna-Barbera. Love this game. Highly recommend it. It is moving up in price. I think it's because the NES game is just so expensive. People are buying this thinking, oh, they'll probably be the same, and they're not. But yeah, highly recommend it. It's a great game. Also, if you're playing Dreamcast, you want a Mario Kart type game, that's the one. Now we got World Series Baseball 2K1, just baseball. We have WWF Attitude. I did play this. This is pretty cool. Not my favorite wrestling game or anything like that. Bret Hart's in this, though. That's pretty cool. I like when Bret Hart's in games. There's not a whole lot of wrestling games that I can think of, like off the top of my head, that have Bret Hart and they're good games. So that's fun. But this is also the Attitude Era, and I believe this is on the 64, probably the PS1. I think this is on a lot more platforms. But yeah, this good wrestling game. I like this one quite a bit. Not my favorite by any means, but it's fine. We have WWF Royal Rumble. I did not play this one. I think I played a little bit of this one. I didn't play too much of it, if any. But it looks pretty cool. And again, I wanted to collect all the wrestling games for the older systems. I have, I think, all of them for the Dreamcast. So. That's pretty much it for the games. We have two more things this show, though. They're not games exactly. We have the web browser 2.0. I don't know. Why not? And then we have this. This is neat. We have the Dreamcast for Tekken 3. Is that correct? Yeah, for Tekken 3. I don't know. I thought this was pretty cool. It takes the PS1 game and lets you play it on the Dreamcast. I've never seen a Dreamcast in person until I bought this one, so I picked it up immediately. I don't even know if I have Tekken 3 to try it out, but I thought it was pretty cool, so I picked it up. But yeah, that's... Okay. So that's it for my Sega stuff that's not specifically the Genesis stuff. Like I said, I don't really have a whole lot for some of these other systems, but the Genesis I do have a decent amount, so we'll go over that in its own video. And then the Dreamcast I do have a decent amount, so we just kind of tack this stuff onto the Dreamcast video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, whatever. There's an end card that'll be coming up. You can do what it tells you to.